It is the day after the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and normally I'd be talking about the games, but I need to talk to you guys about these prices, bro, because god damn. We were watching the Direct yesterday, and I think the overall consensus between everybody is that the Direct was good, but the prices are, like, god-awful. And, if you don't know the prices, it's $450 for the console, USD, and, I'm Canadian, so this is, like, infinitely worse for me, because it is actually $700 with the Mario Kart World bundle. And by the way, I just want to say, every game that they showed off looks absolutely stellar. Like, Donkey Kong Bonanza caught me so off guard, bro. I thought it was Mario, but nah, it was Donkey Kong. First time in about 25 years that we've had a 3D Donkey Kong game. But a lot of the people are talking about more so about the prices rather than the actual games, which makes sense. I'm very much neutral on the subject because, again, as you guys may have gathered already, I am a Nintendo content creator, so I can't really not buy it. So, I went into the Direct knowing that whatever the price was, I was going to buy it. But I'm not going to sit here and be blind to the fact that this is expensive. This is extremely, extremely high price. And I was thinking it was going to be like an extra $100 USD. That was it. But the extra, the 33% increase from that is crazy. So, especially, you know what? The console being that much is one thing. The games being more expensive is another. This is setting a very, very dangerous precedent moving forward for just games in general, because we're moving up from, what, $60 standard to 70 to 80, which is ridiculous. One thing that I did want to highlight, actually, is the discrepancy between prices in digital and physical games. And there were a lot of people saying that the physical games would be more than the digital, but that only appears to be something in Europe and other regions. I'm not really sure what's going on over there. I don't know the laws, so there might be some stuff going on there, but it just seems to be affecting Europe. But it's still not good, regardless of where it's affecting. It's still not good. The price over here, I can probably bring up a screenshot of it, is $700 Canadian, which is absolutely ridiculous. And to put it into perspective, my entire Switch order back in 2017 was that price. Ladies and gents. It was like maybe even 540. I don't know, because I got 1-2 Switch, Breath of the Wild, and a freaking just the console. So all of that was cheaper, like significantly cheaper than what Nintendo is doing now. And here is the screenshot that I was talking about. As you can see, $699 with the actual, like, Mario Kart World bundle. That is insane. That is insanely expensive. So, I'm honestly, I mean, I'm buying it. I have to. It's a Nintendo console. I'm a Nintendo content creator. It's mandatory. So my job for you guys, my job to you guys is I will be telling you everything I think about the system. I am not going to sugarcoat it. If it sucks, I'm going to let you know, because again, this is not a cheap purchase. Anyone investing in this is really, really going to want it to be good. And to my knowledge, Nintendo, I mean, I watched a bit of their Treehouse presentation. I am extremely excited for Mario Kart World. That is going to be incredible to play. The 4K resolution is going to be even better, but I think people need to understand that this was going to cost more regardless. And given the global situation in the world right now, there is a lot of reasons why this could have gone up, especially, I mean, the tariffs are one thing that could have actually increased the price. But according to some articles that I read, apparently Nintendo did not know these things beforehand, but I think it would be quite foolish to say that it wasn't a factor, given that they've probably, I mean, this isn't new news. This is not new. But, in all honesty, the price hike could probably be due in part to Nintendo kind of, you know, being like, their software is, like, worth that money, right? They might, like, overvalue their actual software library here and think that, hey, our games are worth $80, $90. And by the way, that's going to be like $130 Canadian, man. It's so over, man. It's so over. So if you want to help out, then please like and subscribe. Do all of that stuff. because I'm gonna need it, man. I'm gonna need it because I'm gonna be buying these freaking consoles, and it's gonna be ridiculous how expensive it is. But yeah, I understand why everyone is all up in arms about the price. And they didn't reveal it in the freaking Direct. That is the strangest thing to me, is that Nintendo, the most important, the most critical, other than the release date, the most critical bit of information with the price was not revealed in your big presentation? I get it's ridiculous, but you didn't do that? Because it's the craziest case of whiplash, man. We had the craziest Nintendo Direct I have ever seen, ever. That it beats the March 8th Direct where they announced like frickin' Crash Bandicoot and Smash Brothers in the same frickin' presentation. It beats it by a country mile. But the whiplash from the high of the announcements in the Nintendo Direct to going to the price, oh man, it's crazy. I remember trying to, I'm signing up for my intent to buy or whatever on the Nintendo website, and I see that they've got a bundle, $700. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And one thing I just gotta highlight, man, is I love Nintendo. I love the Switch 2. I am very excited for it. The price isn't really taking that away from me. What's taking it out of me a little bit is the fact that people I know aren't going to be able to play this. They aren't going to be able to buy this on day one. They're probably not even going to be able to buy it until, like, who knows? Who knows? It's so expensive because the Switch 1 was $299. So this is like a $200 increase, man. $150 increase, whatever it is. It's ridiculous, especially adjusting for, I mean, the Canadian dollar is ridiculous right now. So we are ultra cooked over here. But again, prices are ridiculous. My main concern is the price with games. It is no longer semi-affordable. Gaming is not an affordable hobby, never has been, but now it is certainly never been more expensive to get into gaming. And I do worry that the price is going to be similar to the PlayStation 3 system, where it was extremely high, but then they ended up cutting the cost and having to do a bunch of model revisions. And the PS3 was still very successful. However, they needed a price decrease. Now, again, I don't know. The tariffs can only do worse for the Switch 2, but I think that would be, I think it'd be kind of foolish to just blame it on that. There are so many other factors, given that Nintendo likes to, you know, they like to charge where things aren't necessary, you know what I mean? So, it is very unfortunate that a lot of people are going to have to wait to get this console. And I will be making as many videos as possible. If you want to see something about the Switch 2 that, you know, you want to see on YouTube, then please let me know. I will be willing to do anything. I'm going to be spending $700 on this thing because I'm buying the bundle. Who's not buying the bundle? So I want to make sure I'm getting my money's worth. So please, if you have any video ideas that you want to see, please let me know, and I will be sure to make them. But just some closing thoughts on just the Direct itself. It was exceptional. Oh my gosh, we got a in-depth look at the first Mario Kart game in 10 years, and they're adding so many different features, and I am extremely excited for an open world Mario Kart game. Who would have thought that was gonna happen, man? Who would have thought that was gonna happen? 24 racers, 2 item slots, all of that. It's gonna be absolutely ridiculous. And of course, Donkey Kong Bonanza, oh my god, the first Donkey Kong game the first 3D Donkey Kong game in 25 years. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. And then we got some other games, like the creators behind Elden Ring are creating a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive game, which should really tell you Nintendo is really going hard with the graphics. Like, the 4K output is very good, even though it's like really overpriced. The 4K output is incredible. Now, the 120 frames per second screen, the 120 hertz screen, I have no idea if that is going to be stable. I don't know if it's going to fluctuate. It probably, knowing Nintendo, probably going to go below 60. Who knows? But it would be really nice if Nintendo could maintain a solid 60 frames per second in all forms of play, including on the handheld. And This leads me to why Nintendo probably priced it so high, is because you're not only buying something that can play on the TV in 4K, you're also buying something that has a screen, like a separate screen. And I heard people comparing it to like the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 Pro or whatever. There's a difference between that, is with the PlayStation and Xbox, you're just buying the hardware. With the Switch, you're buying a dock, and you're also buying like the actual tablet that can actually output 120 frames while also being able to do 4K on a television. It's wild. It's wild. And the amount of stuff you're getting, I don't know if it's worth the $450. It's ridiculous how expensive it truly is. Again, main concern is the actual Switch 2 games. And I do, again, feel bad for people, especially in countries that are selling the physical games are more expensive than the digital ones. I do not understand that one little bit. But, you know what? There's always going to be a price increase with new consoles and stuff like that. It's way, way more expensive than even I was anticipating. I love Nintendo, and I usually sing their praises, but the price is one thing I cannot defend, man. Like, this is going to be rough. I feel like the first little bit of the Nintendo Switch 2's life is going to be full of people criticizing the price rather than focusing on the games. If you look in the Nintendo Treehouse chat, oh my gosh, it's just people saying reduce the price, which, you know what? I understand. It's Nintendo. They're not going to listen, so you can continue doing it, but Nintendo's not going to listen. That's just how they operate, man. And it sucks, honestly. I wish that it wasn't as expensive, because again, I could buy a Switch right now for like I think the OLED was 500 maybe? Not entirely sure. But I could buy an OLED and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for $580. It's cheaper than the Switch 2 by a large margin. I could even, if I wanted to go cheaper, I could go with a Switch Lite or a base Switch at this point. Go on Facebook Marketplace, for God's sake, and you'll be able to find something super cheap. I can guarantee you can probably find a bundle that is like right around that like $400 mark, especially with like a game too. It's been a long time, man. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts on the Switch 2 price. I don't think the console is doomed, but I do personally believe that Nintendo is going to have a hill to climb with the fact that this is not it. It's not cheap. This is not cheap, and a lot of people are going to pass on this console because of that. At least for the first little bit. I know some people are, and some people just literally cannot afford to spend $700 or $450 on a freaking game console, man. Especially with the game included. It's just not feasible. It's not possible. But yeah, that'll be it for me. If you want to see some other Switch 2 videos, then there will be some on the screen. Make sure you subscribe, join the Discord, link in the description. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.